All right, hey everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you all are doing well. Good morning. Welcome back to Andrea Speaks TV. I'm your host, Andrea. Back to bring you news and commentary you can use. Okay, this is I didn't plan on going live this morning, but right now in real time. Okay, we have a massive global IT. IT stands for Information Technology outage. Okay, that is affecting many different industries, whether it be airline, IT, public mass transportation, banks. We're going to talk about it, y'all. So thank you so much for, hold on just a minute. Let me see what's going on with my live stream. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Thank you all so much for trusting me to bring you news and commentary you can use. Okay. I'm going to give you all a little bit of time to get on. Okay. I have several news sources in front of me. Hello, good morning to everyone tuning in. Please let me know you can hear me and you can see me. Okay, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. That will let me know you can hear me and see me. Okay, I want to come on and speak about the fact that right now across the world, okay, this is not only here in America, right now across the world, okay, there is a massive global IT outage, okay, linked to Microsoft and a software company. I believe, everybody pretty much has heard of Microsoft, right? And another company known as CrowdStrike, okay? So I'm going to get into all the details. I'm going to give you all a little bit of time. I know some people, depending on whether you're watching from the East Coast or West Coast, some people are still waking up. So I'm going to give it maybe just a few minutes and then we'll get started, okay? This is pretty big, y'all. This is pretty big. And so I am following developments, okay, as they come out, okay? So again, thank you all so much for your support. Let me make sure I share this to the community tab. All right. Hello, everyone. Hey. All right. Hello to you in South Carolina. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate your support. Okay. I hope you're doing well. Listen, I wanted to come on this morning and I didn't plan on going live, but I wanted to come on. Okay. Hi. Let's see. Susan Cynthia is here. Okay. Hello. Thank you all so much for your support. Listen, I had to come on the platform. Okay. I hope you all can hear me. You all can hear me and see me, right? Okay. I had to come on the platform and speak about here we are, okay, what it is Friday, July 19th, 2024. And many of us, okay, including myself, I woke up to the news that we are now experiencing what one source is saying the largest global IT outage in history. Okay, so I said, wait a minute, I got to come on the platform and speak about what's going on. Okay, so I want to say thank you all so much for your support. Please let me know, did this video send did the platform send you a an alert to let you know I was live? Okay, I'm still trying to figure out how this platform works. Sometimes it sends notifications, sometimes it doesn't. So please let me know if you received a notification that I was live, okay? All right, y'all, let me go ahead and get started, okay? In what is being called, okay? In what is being called the largest IT outage. IT stands for Information Technology. This is being described, okay? This event, we're going to talk about it, y'all. This event is being described as the largest IT outage in history, okay? Thank you for letting me know that, okay? And y'all, the world is literally in chaos. Okay, so let's talk about what's going on. Please make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you find the content to be useful. Also, make sure you share this video because there may be people who are at work this morning. They're trying to figure out whether they're at work, whether they're going about their daily lives. They may be wondering, okay, wait a minute, why can't I log into my computer? Why can't I log into this app? Or why can't I check my bank account balance? A lot of people have no idea what's going on. That's why I'm trying to get the information to you so that you can make a plan to navigate through whatever the challenges are being presented, and so that you can also share this information with others. Okay, listen, y'all, from financial services to doctors' offices, okay, and many other areas were disrupted on Friday, which is today. Even TV broadcasters, okay, went offline as businesses worldwide grappled with an ongoing major IT IT outage. Okay, air travel has also been disrupted. Okay, particularly hit is the air travel industry, with planes grounded, services delayed, and airports issuing advice to passengers. Okay, now someone said one phone did, one phone did not. Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that. Listen, y'all, earlier on Friday, okay, cybersecurity giant CrowdStrike, and I'm going to talk about them, experienced a major disruption. The company told NBC following an issue with its latest tech update. Okay, so they're saying, now, isn't it ironic, y'all, that the company behind this alleged outage, right, is a cybersecurity giant, okay, as they're being described. Again, the company is called CrowdStrike. That's CROWDSTRIKE. CrowdStrike, okay, experienced major disruption. The company told NBC following an issue with its latest tech update. Okay, so they're saying that at this time, they're saying that allegedly a tech update has caused the largest IT outage in history. Okay, let's keep going, y'all. The company CEO George Kurtz has said since that the company is, and I quote, actively working with customers impacted by a defect found in a single content update for Windows hosts, okay? Stressing that Mac and Linux hosts are not affected, okay? He also said, and I quote, this is not a security incident or cyber attack, okay? That's what he's saying. The issue has been identified, isolated, and a fix has been deployed. Okay, that was according to a message posted on social media. Okay, now in a separately, my sources say Microsoft Cloud services were restored after an outage. The company said on Friday, even as many users continue to report issues. Okay, please let me know if you are experiencing any issues. Okay, so far on my end, particularly with me, I haven't experienced any disruptions, okay, that I am aware of. Now, shares of CrowdStrike, okay, were down about 10% as of 10:26 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, now just to give you more information on this company known as CrowdStrike, I'm gonna get up in just a second, y'all, because I'm also making some coffee. I got my water boiling, and so I hear it that it's boiling now. And so I'm going to get up in just a minute and make some coffee, okay? But I want to tell you who exactly is CrowdStrike, okay? Give me just a moment here. Let me give you that information. I have different tabs. Okay, good. Someone said no disruptions here. No, I haven't experienced any, and I hope not, okay? Let me see. Give me just a minute, y'all, because I have several tabs open, okay? Thank you all so much for your support. Please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you, as a matter of fact, as of 11:18 Eastern Standard Time, the stock price of CrowdStrike is actually down, okay? From its opening position this morning, it is actually down $28.69, okay? Right now, the current price is, and you know it changes, right? So right now it's $314.50, and that's down $28.78, okay? So as I just reported, CrowdStrike their shares are dropping. Now, just to give you some background information, thank you so much for the thumbs up. I appreciate you, okay? Just to give you some background information on the company CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike Holdings Incorporated, my sources say, is a global cybersecurity company that provides cloud-delivered protection of endpoints, cloud workloads, identity, and data. Okay, the company's Falcon platform is designed for cybersecurity consolidation, purpose-built to stop breaches. Okay, the platforms collect and integrates data from across the enterprise, including endpoints, cloud workloads, identities, and third-party sources. Okay, and it just goes on to also say it spans multiple security markets, including corporate workload security, managed security services, security and vulnerability management, IT operations, excuse me, I'm sorry about that, IT operations management, threat intelligence services, identity protection, and log management. Okay, they offer 27 cloud modules on its Falcon platform via a software as a software, or SaaS, subscription-based model that spans multiple large markets and including corporate endpoint and cloud workload security. Okay, so it seems like that this company, CrowdStrike, works across many different industries. Okay, now here's another update. CrowdStrike CEO says that he is deep, and I quote, deeply sorry in the wake of the worldwide tech outages here in Georgia. Okay, you all know I'm located here in Georgia. Please let me know where you're watching from. Someone earlier said that they were tuning in from South Carolina. Shout out to you in South Carolina, in the state of South Carolina. Here in Georgia, okay, let me tell you how things are. As a matter of fact, y'all, let me, before I get into it, let me do this. Let me make my coffee, and I will be right back, okay? Let's see. Hold on just a minute, y'all. I'm going to... So, while I step away, okay, I'm going to ask you to type in the comments, and then I'll read your comments when I come back. All right, give me just a second here. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your morning to tune in. We've been having a lot of, I have been wanting to go live because I have so much information with everything that's been going on, right? I have so much information to share with you all. But here in Georgia, we've been having bad weather. And so it has, made it a little bit challenging for me to go live. But I definitely want to come on, just as I did, and tell you all about what's going on this morning, okay? So what I'm saying is I want to say thank you to all of you for taking time out of your morning to tune in, okay? All right, so I'm going to step away just a moment. And I'm typing something in the chat. Okay, you're welcome. Someone said thanks for the info. Okay, so let me step away, y'all, just momentarily. I'm going to make my coffee. I'm also going to have a video going in the background just so you can kind of still, hear about things that are happening. But please let me know your thoughts, okay? And I'm going to make my coffee, and I'll be right back, okay? Yes, it is still very much hot. It seemed like it may rain again here. It seemed like it's a little bit darker than it would normally be at this time. It's almost, it's almost 11:30 where I am. Okay, let me play this video. I'm going to talk about what's also happening in New York. In New York City. Even some 911 centers are out, y'all.
So 911, 311, other systems that you would expect. track like our traffic
I'll be
data.
right back. I'm gonna make some coffee. I'll be right back.
Those things are up and running. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we're unscathed. There's other systems that have impacts, and we're monitoring and looking and on the path to restoration for those systems.
Okay, so what are those systems that you're monitoring and you're concerned about?
Yeah, so other things like systems that belong to our taxi and limousine commission, systems that belong to our Department of Buildings, like licensing and permitting systems. Some of those systems have mild impacts where the public facing components and like some of the back end stuff is impacted, and we're working on bringing those things back online.
What about hospitals and surgeries this morning?
Yeah, so as you heard from some hospitals, as you can imagine, when something like this happens, the impacts are broad scale. So everything from scheduling into some basic stuff like email for certain hospitals may be impacted, and as a result, they're saying if you have any scheduled surgery, be sure that you contact your primary care physician or whoever's performing that.
And Matthew, as we're speaking, we're taking a live look at one of the airports here. LaGuardia plane is taking off, so it looks like some of these issues are working themselves out. We know that you are having a little bit of difficulty when it comes to police officers and how they would normally be dispatched or access some of their phones within some of the precincts. Is that right? I mean, are there some issues that you guys are working through here?
Yeah, so we have minimal impact to our police department. Some of the issues include the issue they refer to just to the smartphone, but for police communications, especially emergency communications, they default back to their radios, and we are seeing no impact to 911 call taking, no impact to 911 dispatch, and no impact to the radio communications network.
That's very good news. Reverting back to those radios, I want to just zoom out a little bit here because we're talking about this outage. We know that this is linked back to a company called CrowdStrike. They're saying that this does not appear to be a cyber security attack of some point. What do you know about how this happened?
So at this moment, based on the information that we have from CrowdStrike, they were applying an update to their product, and that update had a bad set of code. And once that update was deployed, it caused machines that run Microsoft Windows to critically fail. So the update was pushed between the hours of 12 a.m. Eastern and 1:30 a.m. Eastern. And every machine, or almost every machine that received that update, experienced critical failure, and that manifested in the way where it's being commonly referred to as the blue screen of death. Now, in order to do restoration, it's a manual process that takes some time to do. But at this moment, that's what we know.
All right, well, we appreciate you coming on. So far, everything is operational, but just be careful. If you're going to the hospital or you're going to the airports, you need to check with your doctors or your flights before you go there. Chief Technology Officer Matthew Frazier, we appreciate. Good luck today. I think you got your hands full.
It's going to be a busy day.
Yeah. All right, as we mentioned earlier, airlines are being hit hard by this outage. Some flights are being grounded as a result.
We want to go now to Good Days Lizette. She's been at Kennedy Airport all morning. Kennedy, Lizette, we just heard the Chief Technology Officer talking about that blue screen of death that comes up for people on their computer screens. We're seeing it down some places in the subway system, and you're seeing it on some of the billboards inside of the airport. What have you noticed?
Yeah, well, those white blue boards still up right now, so passengers still have to wait a while to get an update on when a lot of these flights are going to take off. The last time that we went inside Terminal 4 on the Delta side, a lot of people packed in. There's some sitting, waiting on the floor, just waiting for some kind of update. We're also hearing that there were some issues on the customs side, some saying long lines there as agents were having a hard time processing so many people because the computer system was down. As far as the latest update from Microsoft, we've been checking on X. They've been posting updates pretty regularly. They say the underlying issue has been fixed, but we're still going to see those residual impacts. Now, go ahead and take a listen. I've been talking to passengers and family members of passengers, and they shared with me what they saw inside JFK Airport today.
I hope she's already got a boarding pass, but this is a lot of problem with the system. A lot of people, big lines, and people that don't know what to do because the system is down. There's no help.
They just said all their computers were down, so they were doing everything. I guess the passport agent that that stamped us through was taking our pictures on his phone instead of into their system. So I guess they were doing things on like individual Wi-Fi systems. I'm not entirely sure how they were keeping it around. The line's really long, and people are really frustrated. I mean, I guess there's nothing they can do about it, but.
So I also want to get to footage of Times Square. They're not seeing the blue screen there. They're seeing black screens because some of the billboards are down there. So we're also seeing impact in Times Square. Now, I've been checking with multiple airlines. Looks like Delta is still dealing with those issues. United also writing on it said they expect delays. So they want passengers to check with their carriers before heading out the door. But once again, we're still seeing those issues here at JFK Airport, and we'll continue to keep you guys updated throughout the morning. That's the latest here from JFK. We'll send things back inside.
All right, thank you for that update.
All right, y'all, I'm back, okay? Okay. All right, thank you all. All right. I went ahead and got me some leftover breakfast, okay? Y'all ever cook breakfast at night? So I just got me a little bit of breakfast here. Listen, y'all, this is a mess, okay? Is it okay if I eat breakfast while I talk about this, y'all? This is a mess, y'all. They're even saying, I'm looking here, what's going on in New York. They're saying some of the screens, okay? Now, y'all remember this time last year, I was actually in New York. I have some channels about my visit. I have some videos, I'm sorry, about my visit here on the channel. And of course, if you've ever been to Times Square, you know Times Square, it's a lot of advertising. There's the digital screens. They have billboards, the digital billboards, all of that. Some of the screens are black in Times Square, y'all, due to this massive outage, okay? So let us know, okay? Put in the chat, let us know what's happening in your area. And we're going to talk about what's going on, okay?
Shutting down. Mary's Irish Pub is closing its doors after affecting Visa, Amazon, major U.S. airlines.
Someone still said still get YouTube. Is that the YouTube notifications?
So a lot of things that you access throughout your day, you might turn on the computer this morning and see that blue screen from Microsoft. This is all tied back to that. You go out to the store, you might experience the self-checkout lanes not working, accessing your email or any Microsoft apps that you might use. But the biggest impact that we're seeing so far is for people trying to get out.
It's affecting a lot of different things out here.
The world's largest airport. However, you got to consider this is a domino effect from yesterday. They already had a ground stoppage due to weather, and then you turn around on Friday, one of the busiest travel days of the week, and you have these ground stoppages due to this cyber outage. Jerry Cars is talking to the airport authority right now. Yeah, we are working here locally, trying to track if this has any local implications, such as 911 operators, any hospitals in the area are seeing any implication from this outages. We are learning that other countries are also experiencing the same issue that we're dealing with here in the United States. We did get an update from the FAA saying that they're also monitoring the ground stoppage that's happening here at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. One piece of good news is American Airlines saying they've been back online for about an hour. They're getting people in and out, but the breakdown of communication, Ariana, is
I'll be right back, y'all.
you might get to the airport and see that the board says one thing, but your app may not be updating. NBC News is going to join us now with a special live report because this is such a worldwide thing. They've been following this overnight from the national angle to give us some perspective here while we're here locally trying to get that information. That's right. We're going to send things over to that NBC special report to get some updates on how this is impacting the entire world.
This is an NBC News special report. Here's Hoda Kotb.
Good morning, good to see you. You are coming on the air right now with breaking news. A massive global technical outage tied to CrowdStrike, which is a major cybersecurity provider, has knocked critical computer infrastructure offline all across the country and, in fact, all around the world. It's an issue with a software update. It's impacting lots and lots of Microsoft computer systems worldwide, from businesses to emergency services, 911, traffic lights, transit systems, and it's having a major impact on airlines as well. American, Delta, United, they're all keeping their flights grounded. You're looking at some live scenes from the airport. It is chaos again, 6 a.m. on the East Coast, and this is the scene now. They're having difficulty even printing any kind of boarding passes. This, of course, is a developing situation. The full scope of this problem remains to be seen. And Brian, as we get started right here in Studio 1A, we should point out computers at NBC News right here as we're getting on the air. We're trying to do some workarounds here to get on the air, but this is something that's affecting people worldwide.
Yeah, in other newsrooms, our partners over at Sky News having issues as well. I mean, this is impacting all different types of businesses. When you talk about airlines, you're also talking about, just 911 services in some cases reporting outages as well. And you're even hearing of anecdotes of banks in other countries experiencing that. We don't yet have reporting of banks in the United States being impacted by this, but this appears to be not just in the United States, worldwide and across different types of industries.
This definitely speaks to what I feel like is the fragility of the situation. It's like this is not a cyber attack. This is a computer kind of snafu that happened.
Yeah, and just to kind of walk you through exactly what's going on here. So this appears to be an issue between CrowdStrike and Microsoft. So CrowdStrike, for those that aren't familiar, is a cybersecurity firm that basically provides businesses with a way to foolproof their systems from being hacked. Now, apparently what happened was that CrowdStrike was working on some sort of update. We just heard from the CEO in the last few minutes describing this as not a security incident or cyber attack. So I'm going to repeat that again. It doesn't appear to be a cyber attack at issue here, but the reason why CrowdStrike is so instrumental to not just businesses here in the United States, but around the world, is because any sort of business that hires CrowdStrike to basically foolproof their systems, they need to plug that into their computers. So if they get that, it's being plugged into Microsoft computers. If there's an issue with CrowdStrike, it takes down all of the Microsoft computers that are related to that. The company's saying Mac and Linux computers are not impacted, but again, this is very widespread.
Because I think what happened was a lot of people, this was happening in Australia, Europe, and we were all sleeping. We woke up and we were like, what's going on? But what people are finding is they're getting on their computers or at the bank or at the airline, and they're seeing just a blue screen. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, well, the term for this is called blue screen effect. And I don't know if we have an example we can show on the screen right now, but I've been seeing it even in our newsrooms this morning. So it's basically this blue screen that has this prompt that says, you're having issues, and they're basically trying to figure out a workaround. But that essentially breaks your computer. You're unable to log in. Now, that's scary for any person that's just trying to log into their personal computer, although it's not clear if your personal computer has CrowdStrike, if it doesn't have that plug-in or have that cybersecurity layer, you likely won't be affected because the nature of what we understand this issue to be. But for all these enterprise companies, which is translation for corporate customers that use this protection, well, that's a major issue. If you can't log in, you can't print out the boarding passes to get people on their planes. You can't, as a bank teller, even get fired up to help open up someone's deposit account. This is a major issue. CrowdStrike says that they have an issue. They identified the issue, they isolated it, and there's a fix that has been deployed. How long that fix takes to basically patch over all this, we don't know, because it seems like anecdotes of these issues and outages are still out.
And when you're thinking about it, like 911, all of these things, hospitals, like time of the essence when it comes to this. But you did bring up the airlines, and a lot of folks, I have a friend who's on the way to the airport who's texting me saying, what's going on with all these flights? This is the scene at the airport, and we have NBC's Andrea Hilton. She joins us now. I think she is at Newark Airport. Antonia, what's the scene there?
Good morning. Well, passengers are arriving here to Newark to chaos, long lines, and intense frustrations. The kiosks are down, the computers are down, the boards where travelers typically go to find out what's going on with their delays and their cancellations, they're not updating properly. They're showing just a couple cancellations and delays, and passengers tell me that it's not reflective of what the staff tell them is actually happening. So we have tons of people who have been lining up in some cases for hours trying to get more information about their flights. And at times they've even gotten into fights with the staff here because they say, this airline behind me here, Spirit, hasn't done enough to keep customers in the loop. They say they haven't received text messages, no updates through the app, that Spirit hasn't even yet
Let me finish eating my breakfast, y'all, and I'll keep going. Okay, I got some information planned. By the way,
The emotions have in some cases really spilled over here. Some families have essentially
homemade pancakes, okay?
they're now
Not store-bought. It's not out of a bag where all I did was add water.
to leave unannounced
Homemade, I'm sorry, homemade pancakes, okay? I need to record a video and put it on the playlist. Y'all, homemade pancakes,
over 700 delays.
homemade pancakes taste better than store-bought, in my opinion.
Here at Newark, at least today, is that could get worse, guys.
All right, Antonia, thank you. I think if you have your eye on what's going on in Europe, you kind of see what's going to be coming here as the sun rises. We saw the chaos in the airports there. We're seeing it here. We see the situation.
I need to make a video and put it on
We're starting to figure out what
my Andrea Speaks TV cooking playlist.
country is people wake up.
Yeah, and again, I think it depends on how quickly CrowdStrike can address this issue, which, as their statement says, they've been trying to deploy this fix. How quickly they can do that, we don't know. One thing I want to emphasize is that we've seen 911 issues in New Hampshire. They've been reporting that. Whether or not it's tied to this remains to be seen. But for those that are unable to access 911, do not try to call 911. Maybe try to carry a different type of phone to access them if you are in an emergency. Because yes, we're talking about people trying to get to flights, but there are many serious emergency issues that as well that can be impacted by this. Just make sure that you're trying to try other
And
avenues.
quickly, again, they're saying this is a technical issue and not any kind of cyber
This is
attack.
not a security incident or cyber attack, that according to George Kurtz, the CEO of CrowdStrike.
All right, let's see what happens. This day is going to unfold. And again, thank you so much, Brian. We appreciate it. This concludes our NBC News special report. We'll have a lot more on our streaming network, NBC News Now and at NBCnews.com. And of course, throughout the morning on today. I'm Hoda Kotb. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in a bit.
All right, there we go. Live update there from NBC from Studio 1A. So here is something very important to note here. The language is important. So the CEO of CrowdStrike is stressing that this is not a security incident and it is not any sort of cyber attack. When you think about CrowdStrike, you may not even know it's a part of your computer or your network. It is the entity that is behind foolproofing systems to avoid any sort of hack. So if that's downloaded to your system or used, that means it's on your computer.
Remember that Microsoft operating systems, Windows, those are the systems that are impacted by this global cyber outage this morning. And as you know, CrowdStrike is the entity.
All right, y'all, let me bring some more information. Again, thank you all so much for thank you for your support.
It is important to know that airlines, they're impacted. So you have people, you may be headed to the airport, no communication from your airline because a number of those airlines, they use Microsoft. They're unable to operate their apps. They're unable to update your employees at the ticket counter. She mentioned that some people are upset saying that, the employees aren't communicating, but there's a break in communication at this
You
point.
want to get the information out. That is our number one job to use. So know that a fix has been deployed, but it's no word on when we're going to start to see these things come back online and all of the systems to be restored. But the CrowdStrike CEO says that they're working with these customers and the fix has been deployed.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to continue to
Okay, so let me tell you what's happening in Georgia. Okay, again, for those of you out who are just joining, thank you so much for your support. This morning, all of us, those of us who are already aware, if you're not, there are reports of a massive global IT outage. Okay, so much so that airports, airlines have been grounded. They have grounded flights. Many people are reporting that they can't log in to different apps, different systems, transportation, different industries have been affected, okay? And so I just want to come on and give you all some information on that, okay? Here in Georgia, which is where I am, flights at the Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport were ground stopped on Friday following a widespread cyber outage. The systems were also impacted. Several airlines have even released statements stating that the CrowdStrike outage is impacting their systems. Crowds are building at the Atlanta airport with flyers stating that their airline apps are also not updated to show them their flights were delayed or canceled. Okay, now can you imagine? Okay, I can only imagine that it has to be chaos or some type of crisis going on at the Atlanta airport. Okay, people are trying to get from point A to point B. They're trying to get to their destination, and you know, they're basically just there at the airport. Okay, they, you know, they just can't let the people through without going through their proper protocols, especially as it relates to security, identification, things like that. And so that is what's happening. Okay, also to give you all live updates. Okay, to give you all some live updates. Okay, again, please thank you all so much for your support and for tuning in. Okay, let's see. Someone said LAX is a mess. I can only imagine. Okay, and also, y'all, they were reporting that the Olympics, I believe, start next week. Okay, please, I don't know it. Please don't quote me on the date. Okay, but the Olympics, I believe, in Paris. Okay, I hope I have my information correct. Is starting next week, and so a lot of people are preparing now to travel. Okay, they're preparing to travel and get ready for that. And here it is. You know, this outage has happened. Now, I'm going to be honest, y'all, okay? And I put this question earlier in the chat. I said, you know, basically, does anyone find the timing of all this to be quite concerning? You know, we see what has happened regarding President Trump and what happened with him on July 13th. And then, you know, there's allegedly an investigation going on into that. Now, it seemed like, okay, there are some government agencies, okay, that use this particular CrowdStrike or the Microsoft systems, things like that. And so I'm wondering, okay, I'm just putting this out there. I'm wondering, could this have been something related to any of the events that have happened? Okay, you all let me know your thoughts on that. Also, let me tell you what's happening here in Georgia related to this cyber outage. Now, me personally, I don't see any areas right now where I've been affected. The apps and things that I normally check, I've been able to log into them with no issues. Please let me know, are you experiencing any issues as well? Okay, you know, here on the channel, we're a community. We're a community. And so I want to know if you have been affected in any way by what's going on, okay? So I'm just posting as you hear me talking. Okay, I'll also be posting some things in the chat. So the question I'm asking is, have you been impacted by this global IT outage? Okay, and thank you so much to the person who posted about LAX airport, Los Angeles, California. I'll do a quick search and see if I can give any updates on them as well, okay? All right, listen, y'all. So Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, let me tell you how Atlanta, Georgia is responding. Okay, Microsoft users, including banks and airlines, okay, experienced widespread outages on Friday, shortly after Microsoft began addressing issues affecting access to Microsoft 365 apps and services. Okay, American Airlines and other carriers, including United and Delta, grounded flights due to a technical issue with CrowdStrike. The FAA confirmed Allegiant flights were also grounded. Down Detector reports outages at Visa. Listen to this, y'all, okay? Maybe you have some type of affiliation or some type of relationship with these companies, okay? Down Detector has reported outages at Visa, ADT, Amazon, and various airlines, okay? Disruptions affecting UK airlines, railway, that's a tongue twister, y'all, railways, okay? And TV stations advising early airport arrivals, okay? Australian airports, I saw long lines. Now, keep in mind, y'all, we're in different time zones, right? I'm in the Eastern Standard Time Zone, okay? I'm on the East Coast. And so basically what I'm saying is countries in Europe, okay, places like Australia, right? Countries like Australia, they woke up to this much earlier than we did, okay? So a lot of people, including myself, and I always say this about global international news, right? I said, okay, well, I'm not trying to, you may say, okay, Andrea, first of all, this IT outage is worldwide, okay? It's not restricted to just one region, one country, one continent. This is something that's happening worldwide. And so, you know, I say, okay, whenever I report on this, whenever I report on international or global news, I always say it's not to scare you. You may say, okay, I don't live over there, I don't live here, but let's look ahead to see, okay, this is what's happening over there. Who's to say that it won't happen here in America, which is which is where I live, okay? So basically, in Australia, airports saw long lines as check-in services failed. There were significant delays reported at major European airports. The outages also impacted Australian banks, phone providers, news outlets, with some journalists broadcasting from dark offices due to computer failures. Okay, New Zealand banks also reported service disruptions. Okay, several airlines have been releasing statements. Let's see. Aside from airlines, other technical systems worldwide are experiencing issues. Banks, ATMs, TV stations, warehouses, and more. Reports are coming from the New York Times. Said that representatives to CrowdStrike did not respond to a request for comment on Friday. This was earlier reported at 4 a.m. Let me see if I can give, I'm just continuing up the thread, okay? One person reported in the airport in Seoul, or Seoul, a pilot for a flight headed to Atlanta said the delay will continue because the computer systems that power U.S. Customs and TSA are down. Okay, wow. Okay, it was shared in the chat. Truckers are backed up at Long Beach ports. And are you asking for an update on China? I also have some news to report on China. There's, while we hear that, and that was actually going to be a video that I recorded this morning before I realized everything that was going on. China, there's something going on strange in China right now, and I'm going to do a separate video about that. But I will look that up as well, okay? Thank you all so much. Please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Let me know if you appreciate the content of this channel, okay? So basically, different government agencies in Georgia and Atlanta specifically have issued statements saying that they are aware of the cyber outage and that they are monitoring issues. Let's see. Okay, earlier around 5:40 a.m., the FAA released a statement, and they were also said to be closely monitoring a technical issue impacting IT systems at U.S. airlines. This was earlier this morning, y'all. Several airlines have requested FAA, okay. I believe it stands for Federal Aviation Administration, assistance with ground stops for their fleets until the issue is resolved, okay? Let's see. Like I said, several airlines, Delta, United, they released statements. Locally, okay, I have a few local reports to share. In Kennesaw, Georgia, okay, their police department said it's experiencing issues with its systems due to the outage. There's no information about what exactly is being impacted. Let's see. The Atlanta Fulton County Emergency Management Agency issued a statement and said the worldwide IT outage has affected many systems. And the company has issued, okay, so they were basically speaking about CrowdStrike. Okay, they said a software update by cybersecurity provider CrowdStrike caused this. There is currently no indication of a cyber attack or malicious act. The company has issued a patch and organizations are working to apply it to their systems. Okay, so it sounds like, and that was released at 7:30 a.m. this morning. It sounds like they're working to get this fixed, okay? The Georgia Department of Revenue, okay, they posted this on social media saying that the Georgia Tax Center and Drives, that's DRIVES applications are down this morning due to a worldwide outage. We encourage our customers to check back later, okay? Delta reported that they had resumed some flight departures after a vendor technology issue impacted several airlines and businesses around the world. That issue necessitated a pause in Delta's global flight schedule this morning while it was addressed, okay? In Cherokee County, Georgia, okay, the sheriff's office said a few computers are down, but it's not affecting its operations or emergency response. Grady Memorial Hospital said it did experience some minor interruptions, but is not experiencing any significant impact currently. All right. MARTA, okay. MARTA is a large transportation system, public transportation system in the metro Atlanta area. MARTA posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, that due to the outage, real-time service info is unavailable. And they put their website links. It's marta.com and breezecard.com. MARTA said that bus, rail, and streetcar services are operating and to subscribe to service alerts here. Okay. Our governor, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, his office said that a state command center had been set up. Okay. So it's good to know, it's reassuring to know that our state leaders, okay, our state government officials are setting up command to respond to what's going on. And so Governor Kemp said, and I quote, "The state responded immediately as soon as issues were noticed. We are working closely with affected agencies and in constant communication with them until the issue is resolved. The Georgia Technology Authority has set up a command center to coordinate responses, and further inquiries can be directed to the GTA or the Georgia Technology Authority." Okay. GEMA, the Georgia Emergency Management Agency, and Homeland Security is actively monitoring the impacts and disruptions throughout Georgia from CrowdStrike. And they were quoted as saying, "We're working with our partners to restore full functionality." And they say you can stay tuned. And then they put their social media handle and your trusted news outlets for more news. Okay. All right. We live in a time now, y'all, where they are sharing information, of course, via social media. And, you know, that's just one of the ways of communication. Okay. Let's see. All right. There's a new statement from CrowdStrike CEO George Kurtz. I'm sure he's going to come under a lot of questioning about what happened. He was quoted as saying on X, formerly known as Twitter, and I quote, "Today was not a security or cyber incident." That's what he's saying, y'all, okay? He said that our customers remain fully protected. We understand we understand the gravity of the situation and are deeply sorry for the inconvenience and disruption. We are working with all impacted customers to ensure that systems are back up. And hold on, I got to go to a different screen here. Hold on, y'all, because now it seems like my computer is slow. Okay, it's loading now. Well, it says something went wrong. Okay, here it is. Okay, so let me read his full quote, y'all. Okay, y'all still with me? Thank you so much for your support. So he said, and I quote, "Today was not a security or cyber incident. Our customers remain fully protected. We understand the gravity of the situation and are deeply sorry for the inconvenience and disruption. We are working with all impacted customers to ensure that systems are back up and they can deliver the services their customers are counting on. As noted earlier," he said, "the issue has been identified and a fix has been deployed. There was an issue with a Falcon content update for Windows host. For the latest information that we will continuously update, please refer to the CrowdStrike website." He said, "My post on LinkedIn and my post on X. I will continue to provide updates to our community and the industry as they become available." All right. So again, that was a statement from George Kurtz, who is the CEO of CrowdStrike. Okay. The company allegedly at the forefront of this outage. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let me see what's happening in California. Yep, someone reported earlier about LAX, okay, the global tech outage. According to my sources, global tech outage has caused disruptions at LAX, Long Beach, and LA ports. Okay, let's talk about what's happening in California. Okay, shipments. Now, y'all know here on the channel, I have covered the shipping crisis that was going on at the ports in California. But listen to this, y'all, okay? According to my sources, shipments at local ports are disrupted, and dozens of travelers at Los Angeles International Airport have been forced to wait overnight amid the massive Microsoft and CrowdStrike outage. Okay, KTLA's Carlos Herrera was at LAX on Friday, where several major airline delays and canceled flights as tech issues persisted from late Thursday into Friday morning. Okay, Herrera was quoted as saying, and I quote, "This actually seems like a scene out of a horror movie." Okay, he said, with his back to an incredible crowd of should-be travelers at LAX's United Terminal. And then he was quoted as saying, "It's so bad here at LAX, so chaotic." Okay. The reporter said that some American Airlines and Delta Airlines flights managed to take off Friday morning, but dozens of other flights were not departing. Okay. As of 8:19 a.m. Friday, 188 total flights were delayed at LAX and 102 were canceled. Of the cancellations, 33 were Delta flights, 32 were United, and 28 were American. Okay. One traveler, okay, at the time it was 5 a.m. and he reported that he had been waiting at the airport since 10 p.m. on Thursday, the previous day, y'all. Isn't that something? This person was quoted as saying, "My flight's been canceled. I've been hoping to get this standby for a new one, but we'll see, kind of in a limbo right now." Okay. The reporter also said that one of the massive lines at the United Terminal was for travelers trying to rebook their flights that had been canceled. Okay. The crush of crowds wasn't just inside the terminals, as the streets outside LAX were filled with traffic jams as a result of the tech outage. Similar scenes were spotted at the Long Beach and Los Angeles ports, where shipments were disrupted and delayed amid the outage. Hundreds of trucks were stuck in traffic near the ports. Okay, someone also shared that on the channel, saying that truckers were backed up at Long Beach ports, waiting for cargo to be released and loaded. Okay, so that's what's happening right now in California, in LA at LAX airport. Okay. All right. Thank you all. I'm continuing to receive. Now, I have not, one thing I have not gotten in all of this, right? I haven't, I don't know if our president has made a statement about this. Now, we know, as I recently reported, that the president is currently diagnosed with the C word and is reportedly in isolation, even amidst talks of, him possibly, backing out of the, or stepping down from the presidential race. And so let me see if there has been a statement from our current administration. Okay, Starbucks is another industry that said their mobile ordering system and card payments are out. Okay, so for those of you all who like Starbucks, now, hey, this morning I made my own coffee at home. Okay, but I do like to go to Starbucks occasionally, right? Starbucks mobile ordering system appears to be down across the U.S. Okay, so for those of you all who, you like to put your Starbucks order in, wow, someone said it's starting to back up the freeways. Oh my goodness. Wow. That is something. Okay. Listen, y'all. Some retailers and food chains. Okay. Do you all realize how significant this is? Some retailers and fast food chains are limiting their operations following a global outage. McDonald's Japan said that some of its stores had to even temporarily close, y'all. Okay. Starbucks mobile ordering system appears to be experiencing widespread issues in the U.S., with stores listing their order ahead function as not available. Okay. Listen to this, y'all. One barista in Atlanta, whose identity, I guess, they didn't give their name, said that mobile orders weren't operating at their store. And this person was quoted as saying, "Listen, y'all, definitely a weekend that I'm glad to be not working." That's what they said, y'all. Okay. And Starbucks did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Now, listen, y'all, we know when it comes to things like this, y'all, sometimes people, if they can't do their mobile order, they won't just, they won't go in, okay? Or they'll, choose to make their own coffee or go somewhere else. But in cases like this, right, businesses lose money. Okay, they're losing money if they have to shut down, if they have to close. And so I spoke on this a while back, and I was saying how, sometime when we accept the technology and, the different things that are in place to make it more convenient, sometimes that comes at a price. And that if that technology or that system goes down, the business could also lose out on money. Okay. All right. Please let me know what you all think about what's going on. Okay. And again, I'm bringing you real live updates as it's happening. Okay. Let's see. They're calling the screen, y'all. They're calling it the blue screen of death, it says on the PC. And they're saying that the problem with the Microsoft Windows caused sweeping outages affecting hospitals, airlines, emergency services. Some people, y'all, can't even get through 911. Okay. And people at home. It says the error caused by a technical problem with cybersecurity software from CrowdStrike sends users to they call it the blue screen of death, telling them their device needs to restart. Okay. Some people are saying this is what Y2K wishes it was. Okay. That was, I guess, some comments online. Certainly those of us who were around 1999 to 2000, right? We know that a lot of people were wondering, okay, well, how is the internet, the computer world, will things be able to switch over properly? Is this going to, that whole thing with Y2K, okay? Let's see. You all please put your questions in the chat, in the comments, and I'll try to get you all some answers, okay? All right, so let's see what they're saying here.
To the employees, these are the folks who came here this morning. Their flights have not been impacted as of yet. They're hoping that they can actually leave this morning. They're waiting for updates from employees. Let's get you over to this side because there's a large group of people that
I was wondering that. I'm hearing on one side, I'm hearing CrowdStrike, one side I'm hearing Microsoft. So who is really to blame? That's a good question. And I haven't heard Gates' name brought up at all. So let me see if I can get some information here.
Headed to Nicaragua with a lot of folks. You have your ticket in hand. Your flight, as of now, has not been impacted.
Not that we know of right now. I've been checking it like every 20 minutes and it's still saying on time, so it should be hopefully okay.
What time does it depart?
7:10.
Okay, so that's coming up.
Yeah, it's coming up.
You realize you're very fortunate that this is not happening.
So what you hear in the background is a reporter speaking to travelers in the LAX airport in California. I'm trying to see if we have any updates from President Biden. We know President Biden, the last that I received information, he was reportedly still in isolation due to the C word. He was allegedly or supposed to be at his home in Delaware. I'm not sure why he wasn't at the White House because I thought that maybe the White House was big enough that he could still quarantine or isolate there while still carrying out his duties. Okay, so I'm trying to see right now if there have been any updates from our current administration. At this time, I don't see any updates. Okay.
here have been dealing with this
Let me
massive and
see.
ongoing outage this morning.
I don't see any updates. The only updates, and by updates I mean statements, releases from whitehouse.gov. The only thing that I see is where he or someone on his behalf released a statement on the sentencing of wrongfully detained American Evan Gershkovich, and a statement about the passing of the General Secretary of Vietnam. Okay, so I see no information at all on any statements from the president or his office, his cabinet, regarding what's currently happening. Okay, so maybe within the next hour or so, you would think that by now someone would have said something from his office, but I don't see any. I don't see any updates at all. Okay, but I'll keep you posted on that as well. Okay. Let's see. So I'm actually, to be honest with you, I'm trying to understand the connection between CrowdStrike and Microsoft. Okay, the CrowdStrike, it seems to be the company at the center of this. Microsoft must have some type of, let me see if I can get the connection between Microsoft.
Thank you so much for that, Carlos. We so appreciate the latest update. We're going to, of course, continue to follow that story as we get it throughout the morning.
All right, let me see. Okay, so apparently, okay, just to give you an update, companies that are running Microsoft Windows operating systems started reporting devices showing what is commonly referred to as the blue screens of death. According to Microsoft's website, hold on just a minute, y'all. Let me see. Okay. According to Microsoft's website, this happens, and I quote, if a serious problem causes Windows to shut down or restart unexpectedly. So the cause of the outage came from a faulty update from CrowdStrike deployed to computers running Microsoft Windows. Okay, the issue was specifically linked to Falcon, one of the company's main products, which does not impact Mac or Linux operating systems. Okay. Launched in 2012, CrowdStrike's cybersecurity software is now used by 298 of Fortune 500 companies, including banks, energy companies, healthcare companies, and food companies. Okay. The CrowdStrike CEO put out a statement. Let me see if I can get this to play so that you all can hear it. Okay. I think it's going to play after this. Okay. Let's tune in and hear what he had to say, y'all.
George, it's good to see a lot of people woke up. They saw that blue screen of death. We've been hearing all about the messes at the airports. A lot of broadcast channels, Australia, even ours here. We had those blue screens everywhere. People are wondering what happened. So what did happen?
Yeah, so first, thank you for giving me
He's explaining what happened, okay?
First on air. And I want to start with saying we're deeply sorry for the impact that we've caused to customers, to travelers, to anyone affected by this, including our companies. So we know what the issue is. We're resolving and have resolved the issue now. It's recovering systems that are out there. And essentially, as you've talked about in the statement I put out, is the system was sent an update, and that update had a software bug in it and caused a an issue with the Microsoft operating system, and we identified this very quickly and remediated the issue. And as systems come back online, as they're rebooted, they're coming up and they're working. And now we are working with each and every customer to make sure that we can bring them back online. But that was the extent of an issue. The issue in terms of a bug that was related to our update.
Mr. Kurtz, it's Savannah here in Milwaukee. I mean, you're in the cybersecurity business, and I certainly don't even pretend to understand
I'll be
this.
right
But
back, y'all.
according to your statement, it was a single content update that has managed to shut down air travel, credit card payment systems, banks, broadcast, street lights, 911, emergency, around the globe. Why is there not some kind of redundancy or some sort of backup? How is it that one single software bug can have such a profound and immediate impact?
Well, when you look at the complexity of cybersecurity, you're always trying to stay one step ahead of the adversaries. Excuse me. And just 1 second, please.
Oh yeah, take a drink of water.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm sure it's been a long night.
It's been a long night. We're always trying to stay one step ahead of the adversaries. And in this particular case, our systems are always looking for the latest attacks from these adversaries that are out there. So this content update went out, and as it does, and it's been doing for many, many years, obviously we've got a robust team that's looking at the safety and security and the quality of these updates, and we have to go back and see what happened here. But if there's a negative interaction with the way some of these operating systems work, in this particular case, it was only the Microsoft operating system that was impacted, you'll see a reaction like this, and this is what we've seen here.
Yeah, I think a lot of people woke up and wondered if something nefarious was afoot, if this was some kind of a cyber attack. But you're saying that it was just something within your own system. So now, as we sit here, I was watching the news out of Australia. They were trying to get their television stations back on the air, their hospital software back up and running, the banks going. How long does it take to get everything back up and running?
Well, yeah, first and foremost, again, just to reinforce what you said, it wasn't a cyber attack. It was related to this content update. And as you might imagine, we've been on, with our customers all night and working with them. Many of the customers are rebooting the system, and it's coming up, and it'll be operational because of, we fixed it on our end. And some of the systems that aren't recovering, we're working with them. So it could be some time for some systems that just automatically won't recover. But it is our mission, is why we're here, to make sure that every customer is fully recovered, and we're not going to relent until we get every customer back to where they were, and we continue to protect them and keep the bad guys out of their systems.
Did you ever think, Mr. Kurtz, that you could experience something like this? I mean, does the breadth of this surprise you?
Well, when you look at software, it is a very complex world, and there's a lot of interactions, and always staying ahead of the adversary is certainly a tall task. So these sort of things, obviously, you try to understand and mitigate them, and in some cases you have a weird interaction, and it didn't seem like it happened on every Windows system. There's different versions and flavors and patch levels, if you will, and we're just trying to sort out where that negative interaction was. And again, that's what we're focused on, getting customers back up and running.
CrowdStrike CEO Joris Kurtz, we appreciate you coming on the air so quickly after this happened and explaining your company's point of view. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for your support, okay? All right, for those who are just joining, I'm here now live speaking about the outage, okay? In my area of Georgia, I just want to come on and give some more updates on how this outage is affecting parts of Georgia, okay? Get some more light going here. Many people are frustrated quite naturally. Again, I still don't see any statements from our current administration regarding what's happening. There have only been 2 statements today. One on what is being described as the wrongfully detention or prison sentence of a American Evan Gershkovich, and a statement from President Joe Biden. He also put out a statement on the passing of the General Secretary of Vietnam. Okay, but no word yet from the White House regarding what's currently happening. And that is concerning because we know that President Biden is currently in isolation, rather. I was about to say self-isolation, but he's in isolation due to his diagnosis of the C word. Okay. Let's see. Just looking for looking to see if I can give more updates. Okay, thank you all for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you all. Okay. Let's see. Sound like it's starting to rain now in my area, y'all. It was getting pretty dark outside. Okay, in New York City, okay, Mayor Eric Adams released a statement and said, "I want all New Yorkers to know we are monitoring the global technical outage involving CrowdStrike." He also said, "Our teams are assessing the full impact it may have on city operations, but here's what I want you to know right now." Okay. Let's see. Here's a quote that says, "Other things like systems that belongs to our taxi and limousine commission, systems that belong to our Department of Buildings, like licensing and permitting systems. Some of those systems have mild impacts where the public face components, and like some of the back end stuff is impacted." Okay, hospitals and surgeries, everything from scheduling into some basic stuff like email for certain hospitals may be impacted. And as a result, they're saying if you have any scheduled surgeries, to be sure that you contact your primary care physician or whoever is performing that. Okay. At the time, there were reports regarding the New York Police Department, and if they were impacted in any way, he was said to, here's a quote rather, "We have minimal impacts to our police department. Some of the issues include the issue that you're referring to is just of the smartphone, but for police communications, especially emergency communications, they default back to their radios, and we're seeing no impact to 911 call taking, no impact to 911 dispatch, or no impact to the radio communications that work, okay? And it's actually raining in my area, y'all, so I don't know how much longer I'll be on the live. I haven't heard any thunder, lightning yet, but again, I'm just giving you all up-to-date information, okay? We already talked about several airport outages. Let me see what other information I can find, okay? Again, this outage is hitting industries such as the airline industry, banks, healthcare, and public transit, okay? Okay, here are some latest developments. Okay, flight cancellations in the United States surpassed 2,000. The number of flights canceled within, into, or outside of the United States has climbed to over 2,000. That's according to FlightAware. The number of U.S. delays is more than 5,300 as of noon Eastern Standard Time. Delta has canceled 640 flights, and Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport currently has the most cancellations in the U.S. with 226, okay? They have brought in therapy dogs, okay? Therapy dogs are comforting passengers experiencing flight delays and cancellations in Houston. Therapy dogs are making the rounds at George Bush Intercontinental Airport in Houston, Texas, as a global IT outage disrupts air travel across the country and the globe, okay? So that's the first I've ever heard of that. Let's see. So you all please make sure that you put your questions in the chat. Okay. So the dogs, okay, named Clyde and Oliver, are said to be offering support to travelers in the terminals. A spokesperson said over 350 flights have been delayed and nearly 100 flights were canceled at the transit hub Friday as of 12 p.m. Eastern time, okay? Travelers at the world's busiest airport express anxiety as they try not to miss funerals and birthday parties, okay? So one of the things that, you know, don't get talked about a lot when it comes to flight delays, cancellations, people are dealing with the stress, the fact that they may miss important events that they can't get a redo on, okay? So that's very concerning. Speaking of airports, passengers at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport here in Georgia have had their travel plans upended by delays from the global IT outage, with some unable to get to family emergencies or special occasions. Okay, one traveler was quoted as saying, and I quote, "Nobody was really giving us answers. They just said our system's down, our system's down." Okay. One New Jersey resident slept at the airport overnight and has had their flight canceled twice. Okay. One person said, and I quote, "I want to get home to my son. I want to get home to Jersey," adding that she doesn't believe she will be able to travel home until Saturday. Okay. One traveler was traveling to Philadelphia to attend a funeral. This person was quoted as saying, and I quote, "It's wild, it's crazy, it's crowded." And this person said that they have anxiety. Okay. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. I appreciate you. Okay. One person said, "I'm going to wait in this long line and try to get to Philadelphia today." Another passenger told a news source that she had been traveling with her toddler to Boston for a birthday party. And she was quoted as saying, and I quote, "It has been frustrating to say the least." Okay. One person described the manual check-in process her airline, Spirit Airlines, was using. She was quoted saying, "They'll send a person going up and down shouting, 'Boston here, flight number here.' I have no idea when we are going to get called next, and I'm just beyond frustrated." Okay, so I imagine in circumstances like this that it is a frustrating situation for people to be in. Okay, if you're just coming on, thank you so much for your support. I'm on talking about the fact that many people are stranded. They're dealing with power outages, issues related to, no, I'm sorry, not power outages. They're dealing with IT outages. We talk a lot about power outages here, right? They're dealing with IT outages related to what's going on with CrowdStrike and Microsoft, okay? Now they're even saying, okay, within the hour, there have been reports that the global tech outage recovery could be a long process, with some devices requiring a manual reboot. Okay, so they're saying that it was caused by a flawed update, basically, and they're working on it, but they're saying that it may take a little bit longer. So I want to know, what are your thoughts about all of this, okay? Let me know your thoughts on all of this. All right, y'all let me know if you can see the poll that I just put here on the channel. Okay, you all let me know. Are you able to see the poll? I just created a poll. Okay, and the poll says, should there be, it should say, should there be a thorough investigation into the global IT outage? So you all please, if you can see it, please comment or please click yes or no. And let me know your thoughts, okay? All right, so let me know, were you all able to see the poll question? I did post a poll and I asked the question, should there be a thorough investigation into the global IT outage? You can answer yes or no if you wish to answer, but I'm just trying to make sure you all were able to see it, okay? So if you can check the comments and let me know if you were able to see it. So again, y'all, do you believe? Okay, they're telling us right now, reports are that wow, y'all, they're saying that airline workers are screaming at passengers. Let's see what's going on here, y'all. Frustrated as HE double hockey sticks, they're saying. Spirit airline worker screams at passengers. Let's see what's going on, y'all. Let me see if it's related to the I'm trying to see if it's related to what happened. You know what? I don't know if this is related to that or not. Let's see. Let me see if it's related to the outage. Oh, okay. So maybe it was because they're saying that the passengers were they were questioning why their flights were being delayed. I'm trying to see if it's related to the outage. Let me see what's going on here. You know, people, I'm not saying what they did was right, but people have to remember that these people are human too.
It's an epic meltdown at the airport. That's a Spirit Airlines gate agent having a, well, spirited freakout at Hollywood Burbank Airport.
All right, now, y'all gonna get on this flight or not? Yes, we will. All right, so everyone's gonna shut up, and we're gonna say this once, and we're only gonna say it again because we're frustrated as hell.
Kevin Ice shot the video before boarding his flight to Las Vegas.
Oh my God, it was the most chaotic thing that has ever happened to me at an airport.
An 8-hour delay from a morning flight led to a bottleneck at the gate as passengers from another flight gathered, overwhelming the boarding process. A second gate agent tried to keep everyone calm, but things quickly escalated.
Please be quiet so I can think of what's going on. I don't even know what aircraft's here because everybody's screaming numbers. I don't know what I have. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what aircraft's sitting out there.
Bless her heart.
What's going on. You guys won't give me a minute. Please give me a minute. Please.
Sound like she just had enough.
Spirit Airlines tells Inside Edition the two agents have been suspended.
They suspended the two agents, y'all.
Apologize to our guests for this experience, which does not reflect Spirit's high standards for guest service.
All right, so let me see. I have some more updates here. Okay, yes, I do agree as well. Okay, thank you so much for answering the poll. Should there be a thorough investigation into the global IT outage? I believe so as well, okay? All right, let's see. All right, 911. We've talked about airlines. Okay, I want to go back and speak about the 911 communications. According to my sources, the full reach of the outage is not yet clear nationally, but the Federal Communications Commission, or the FCC, is said that it is still working to assess the impacts. There have been reports of 911 outages in various states from Alaska. Okay, cities like Phoenix, where the system was down for hours but has since been restored. Meanwhile, in New York City, 911 services are working. Okay, I talked about that a little bit earlier. Public service closures. A number of government services to the public are either closed or facing effects of the outages in parts of the U.S. Some states, Tennessee, North Carolina, and Georgia, okay, I'm here in Georgia, reported they cannot access some of their driver's services. I spoke about that earlier. And Social Security offices are closed today after the outage shut down some of its services. The agency said, and longer than normal wait times are expected when calling its 800 phone number, okay? The CrowdStrike CEO, George Kurtz, is reporting, it sounds like Microsoft, this company may use the Microsoft operating system. And so the CrowdStrike CEO, I know someone earlier mentioned Gates, but the CrowdStrike CEO, in my opinion, seems to be at the forefront of explaining and keeping the businesses, industries up to date on what's going on, okay? All right, let's see here. So let's think about this, y'all. If the card payment centers are down, all right, hey, everyone. Thank you all so much for your support, okay? Listen, if the card payment systems are down, what are businesses that don't take cash? What do they do on days like this? Do they all of a sudden start taking cash? Listen, y'all, it's being reported that the cashless society, okay, that's what they're being referred to. Cashless society is in a meltdown as card payments hit by a global web outage. Okay, listen, let's talk about what's going on, y'all. Now, you remember here on the channel, I was telling you all that you know, it seems like that's the way the world is moving to. They have a lot of these stores, okay? There are a restaurant, actually there are two restaurants that I know right now. They only take card payments. They don't take cash at all. They don't take tips in cash. They don't take any payments in cash. They're strictly card systems, okay? So you got to think about now, none of us, right? None of us were planning on our waking up this morning and hold on, y'all. Let me get something real quick. Yeah, I'll be right back. Stay tuned. You know, none of us were anticipating on waking up this morning to hear about this outage. But what are cashless societies? What are they to do? When you say the whole country, tell me what you mean. I'm not quite sure what you're asking. Okay, y'all. I'm not gonna keep you on much longer. Listen, the cashless businesses. What do they do in times of power outage? Listen, y'all. Um, some businesses, okay, including according to this article. Now, I've never been to either of these places. Maybe you all have heard of them, but they're saying that businesses, including Waterstones and Gales, have been forced to return to accepting just cash after electronic payments were hit by a web outage. Shops, cafes, pubs, and even Parliament have been impacted by the global systems, forcing customers to use cash to pay for goods and services. Okay, Waitrose told shoppers it was unable to process contactless payments as a global IT outage sparks chaos across the UK. The middle class supermarket was understood to only be able to process chip and PIN payments or take cash in stores before confirming its systems were back up and running. Customers reported being told that they would have to get cash out of nearby card machines to pay for shopping. Now, I thought the ATMs were down, okay? Wasn't that one of the things I reported on, y'all? Was the ATM, okay? Someone said they saw a plane earlier. Have the flights resumed? I did read that some flights have resumed, some are still canceled. So think about this, y'all. Some businesses that went no cash, they did the contactless payment. Now they're having to switch back to take cash. Okay, so now I'm gonna start another poll question, and I want to know your thoughts. Okay, all right. Do you believe should all businesses accept cash as payments? Okay, and again, I'm asking that question because of this power outage. Okay, let me see if there are any more updates. Krispy Kreme, okay, Krispy Kreme has entered the situation. Krispy Kreme is now saying that due to the tech outage, they're offering free donuts. Industries from airlines to healthcare are at a standstill, but one company is taking advantage of the blackout. Krispy Kreme, the North Carolina-based company, is offering a free original glazed donut from 5 to 7 local time on Friday due to the global outage. Okay, Sweetware. Listen to this, y'all. Here's a statement from Krispy Kreme on their Instagram on Friday, and they said Sweetware update available. Does technology have you down today? Our windows are working great, and so is our hot light. The company posted on Instagram Friday. The donut chain noted the offer is only available at participating locations. Okay, Krispy Kreme frequently gives away donuts or offers deep discounts to grab attention toward the brand during major holidays or events. Okay, so if you would like to, okay, Krispy Kreme. Let me see. Let me post this in the chat here. Okay, yes. So someone did respond in the chat. Yes, I also believe that businesses should accept cash. Okay, why would they want to stop accepting cash? I don't know. Some people like the security that they don't have to necessarily go and make a bank deposit. They don't have to keep, whether it's small or large amounts of cash on hand at these businesses. They see it like a safety security type of thing. But we can definitely see due to incidents like this one, how like the global IT outage where still accepting cash even if you can't make a card payment. We definitely see how that is beneficial. Okay, All right, so I do agree with you on that. Listen, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and end the live broadcast. I'll be back later on to give you all up-to-date coverage on this. But basically, it seems like a lot of businesses, a lot of industries are still very much down. Some are coming back up. Some have canceled for the day. Some businesses have closed. It seems like some airlines have canceled flights. They've canceled flights or had to delay flights. Let's see. And y'all, if people can't take money out of the ATM, then how are they supposed to get cash, even if their bank is closed, right? So this should be another example for, a lot of things are just simply out of our control. We can't control that, right now. What can you or I do to help CrowdStrike with this situation? Okay, nothing, right? But it does show us how, we can be prepared, whether it's having cash, whether it's having coins, having a backup plan. Okay, so I pray for all those who are impacted and affected by this, especially all of those people gathered in the airport who are trying to get to their destination, whether their flights have been canceled or delayed. Actually, this is a crisis situation. Okay, this is a worldwide global crisis. Let me check once again, but to my knowledge, we still had not heard from our current leadership on what's happening. There were some statements earlier that were made, but they were regarding other incidents. Okay. But still no statement. No statement, even if, that no statement to even let us know that they are aware of what's going on. I'm gonna check again, y'all, but I had not seen or heard anything recently. Nope, no updates. So hopefully we'll hear something before the day is over with. As I reported earlier, President Biden is said to be in isolation due to his diagnosis with the C word. And again, y'all, this is said to have been the largest IT outage in history. So I had to come on the platform and speak about what was going on, give you all some updates. And again, I question the timing of all of this. Okay, think about what we've talked about here on the channel just over the last week, right? We've talked about, what happened concerning the attempt on the life of President Trump, and the aftermath of that. Just yesterday, the Republican National Convention ended. Even before that, there were talks and concerns about President Biden staying in the presidential race, 2024 race. He was diagnosed with the C word. Even after that, there seems to have been growing concerns, even among his own party, for him to and calls for him to drop out of the race. I'm gonna talk about that in a separate video. And then now here we are, waking up to what has been said as the largest IT outage in history. Okay, so please let me know your thoughts on this. I'll continue to monitor the situation and bring you updates. I want to say thank you all so much for continuing to support me here on the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you all. And I pray that you are well and that you have a great day. Okay, stay tuned for more news and commentary you can use right here on Andrea Speaks TV. I'll be posting updates on the community tab. Make sure you check the community tab, the videos tab. If you join this live later, you want to, watch it, more after I end the live, it will be available on the lives tab. Okay, so stay tuned. I'll bring you up to dates on this and much more right here on Andrea Speaks TV. Y'all have a wonderful day. Stay tuned, and